Hey guys, so Apple just announced a new MacBook Pro 14 inches and 16 inches available starting on October 26th. And the 14 inches configuration comes with the M1 Pro processor. This is the Apple Silicon. It has 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU, and 16 gig unified memory, 512 gig SSD storage. Also, it has 16-core neural engine, 14 inches liquid Retina XDR display. That's a new display. Nicer, brighter, and 4 ports, HDMI port, SDXC card slot, MagSafe 3 port, Magic Keyboard with Touch ID, Force Touch Trackpad, 67-watt USB-C power adapter, and that comes at $1,999. And you can see the other configuration more powerful is the 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 16 gig unified memory, and 1 terabyte SSD storage. Everything else the same for Liquid Retina XDR display, and all the ports right here, and that comes at $2,499. And so available starting October 26th. And I'm gonna go over the 16 inches MacBook Pro. As you can see, there's no more space, the touch bar. So the top of the touch bar, as you can see, the 13 inches had that touch bar on the top, as you can see, and 16 inches comes with the space gray and a silver color, just like the 14 inches. It is powered by the M1 Pro processor, 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 16 gig unified memory, 512 gig SSD storage, 16-core neural engine, 16 inches liquid Retina XDR display, 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, HDMI port, SDXC card, MagSafe 3 port, just like the 14 inches. And it comes with a bigger 140 watt USB-C power adapter that's available October 26th, and the starting price is $24.99. As you can see, this is the 67 watt USB-C on 14 inches. And if you go down a little bit more, it's more powerful. It's M1 Pro 16 inches as well. 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 16 gig unified memory, and 1 terabyte SSD storage. So that's the same configuration as above, but it's $200 more, $26.99. And if you go down, that's the top of the line of the new MacBook Pro 16 inch. That's the M1 Max. That's 10-core CPU, 32-core GPU. That's double of the previous one configuration. 32 gig unified memory, 1 terabyte SSD storage. And that comes everything like Liquid Retina XDR display, the Thunderbolt ports, HDMI port, XDXC card, MagSafe 3 port, Magic Keyboard with Touch ID, Force Touch Trackpad, 140 watt USB-C power adapter, and starting at $3,499. And so what's in the box? It comes with the MacBook Pro. There's USB-C to MagSafe 3 cable, so the MagSafe is coming back. And that's the 140 watt USB-C power adapter. And so it's showing what to consider when choosing your MacBook Pro. Though the Apple M1 Pro delivers game-changing performance with amazing battery life. It features up to 10 CPU cores and up to 16 GPU cores, as well as a 16-core neural engine and a powerful media engine that can play as many as 4 streams of 8K video, delivering 200 gigs per second of memory bandwidth. M1 Pro can be configured with up to 32 gig of unified memory to handle complex professional workflows. And the difference between that and the Apple M1 Max is when you need the highest level of performance ever in a Mac notebook, there's M1 Max. It allows you to max out the performance of MacBook Pro with double the GPU core count and memory bandwidth of M1 Pro, and a powerful media engine that can play up to 7 streams of 8K video. You can configure M1 Max with up to 64 gig of unified memory, enabling your MacBook Pro to work faster and handle massive files with ease. So this is the top of the line. Unified memory. What is unified memory? The more unified memory RAM you choose, the more apps you can run simultaneously, and the better they will perform. Unified memory on the MacBook Pro allows you to use up to 64 gig of memory for graphics tasks. an unprecedented amount of for a notebook. And storage, so it uses SSD, gives you space to store projects, documents, photo, music, video, and other files. On your MacBook Pro, the SSD delivers significant performance and speed that you notice when you start, launch apps, open project files, and browse libraries. And so a closer look at the all-new MacBook Pro. So they compare the M1 Pro and the M1 Max chip, and so up to the M1 Pro is up to 2.5 times faster graphics performance than what it says a 9 right here. So I'm gonna show you what it means. 9 right here, faster. So testing conducted by Apple in September 2021 using pre-production 16 MacBook Pro systems with with Apple M1 Pro, 10 core, 16 core GPUs and 32 gig RAM as well as production. Okay. As well as production 2.4 gig 8 core Intel Core i9 base 16-inch. So they're actually comparing that to the Core i9 previous generation MacBook Pro. So let's scroll back up, and so that's up to 2.5 times faster than the previous Core i9. That's a huge claim. Yeah, huge performance boost if that is correct. Over 200 gigs per second of memory bandwidth, supports 2 external displays, and the M1 Max it's up to 4 times faster graphics performance, and over 400 gigs per second memory bandwidth, support 4 external displays. It has a brilliant liquid retina XDR display, delivers extreme dynamic range and an incredible contrast ratio, and 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. So returns of the ports, you don't have to have like a connector that splits to different ports, and that is very annoying. Like, it looks kind of messy. So it has XDXC card slot and an HDMI port for fast and versatile connectivity. I'm glad they moved it back. This is more convenient. The new 1080p FaceTime HD camera, high fidelity 6-speaker sound system, and studio quality mic array that makes you look and sound your best. And up to 21 hours of battery life, so you can keep going longer no matter where you are. So that's more battery right here. As you can see, it goes to number 11, so up to 21 hours. Testing conducted on 16-inch MacBook Pro system with M1 right here, M1 Pro. And so measure battery life, playing back HD 1080p content with display brightness set to 8 clicks from bottom. That's what it means when it's up to 21 hours of battery life. Okay, and the Magic Keyboard with Touch ID provides fast, easy, secure authentication for logins and purchases. So the Magic Keyboard, there's Touch ID built on it, and the MagSafe return of the MagSafe connector is called the MagSafe 3 that snaps instantly into place and helps charge your MacBook Pro faster than ever. This is great, you know. Sometimes like you kind of like want to snap it, and it's easy to connect to your computer. Mac OS Monterey gives your Mac new performance features that you work, create, and collaborate like never before. And so I'm gonna show you. So the 16-inch, this is 16-inch is 10 core CPU, 16 core GPU, 16 gig unified memory, 512 gig SSD storage. That's the base configuration. And the 14-inch is 8 core CPU, 14 core GPU, 16 gig unified memory, 512 gig SSD storage. So this is good for portability. So if you want to travel. The next 14-inch is the 10 core CPU, 16 core GPU. This is almost the same as the 16-inch base configuration, except it has the 1 terabyte SSD storage. And so I like 16-inch, so you can get more display area so you can work on your file. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching.